Hello there and welcome to Colorado. Well, you might be in Colorado or you might be outside of Colorado hoping to move here someday, or you might be outside of Colorado with no intentions of ever moving here, just interested in what Colorado has to offer. In all cases, welcome, and we hope you get some good information out of our videos. This video specifically is going to be focused on the foothills areas, which around here we call the foothills, the mountains just outside of Denver, and specifically the ones within commutable distance to Denver, which for purposes of this video will be about 45-minute drive to an hour drive depending on traffic. So let's get started. You know that when you look at Colorado as a whole, you know it's a rectangle, and most of you probably already know that Colorado is kind of divided north to south by I-25. It's not right in the center, but pretty close. And east to west by I-70, which are both interstate highways that can get you to all the surrounding states. And so we'll be looking at the area just west of town. It is the foothills, and it is a mountainous area, and it is still within commuting distance to Denver. Let's zoom into these foothills areas, and we'll drop back in I-25 and I-70. So starting off up in Boulder, you can go west and you're heading up Boulder Canyon, and if you keep going up that way, you'll end up in Nederland. From Boulder, a little bit south, you can go up Coal Creek Canyon, which will also get you up to what they call the Peak-to-Peak Highway, which can get you back and forth from Nederland to Black Hawk or Central City. But that's Coal Creek Canyon, and then a little further south of Coal Creek Canyon is Golden Gate Canyon, and that's another offshoot that takes you up in that same direction. And that, if you go all the way, you'll end up on that same Peak-to-Peak Highway, or right before you get to the Peak-to-Peak Highway, you're getting up to Golden Gate Canyon State Park. And so from Golden Gate Canyon, a little bit further south, there's Clear Creek Canyon that gets you up to Black Hawk and Central City. And then just south of that, you get I-70, which is the interstate that we talked about that'll go all the way to Utah and further. Right after you pass I-70, you're going to jump on C-470, which kind of wraps around the west side of town. And then you'll follow C-470 around until you get to the Morrison exit, which takes you to downtown Morrison. And then going further, you can go further up what is called Bear Creek Canyon, and you take Bear Creek up, and that'll go through a few little towns that we'll talk about in further videos, and that'll also take you to downtown Evergreen. Down a little bit further from the Morrison exit on C-470, you'll get to Highway 285. Highway 285 is the one that appears to go west, but then swings south and can take you almost all the way to Mexico if you want, at least to the deep part of Texas there before you get to Mexico. Okay, so that's kind of a general overlook of all of the west side and the mountainous areas within commutable distance to Denver. And we'll break this down more in future videos, and we'll start with the main corridors heading west. And hopefully we'll get all your questions answered, but let us know if you have any questions or want information about any specific area. Thanks. Talk to you next time.